Hey, good morning. It's Christy Mattoon here. It is probably around 5 o'clock or maybe a little earlier. In the morning here in Utah, it's about 18 degrees outside, and I'm sitting here with my gas fireplace on, enjoying the warmth that's coming off of it, and I hope you're warm this morning too. I wanted to get on here this morning and talk for a second, and I haven't done one of these like this in a while where just something popped up into my brain and felt the need to just put something out about this. What keeps coming up, and just watching what's going on in our world right now, especially in the United States, watching this stuff with the elections, if you're listening to one side or the other side, and if you're smart, you're listening to both sides, so you're getting a clear picture of what either side of this situation, what information they're putting out there. And if, I'm going to use the word smart again, if you're smart, you're doing so with an open mind and being open and curious as to why either side is saying the things that they're saying, and not trying to take a stance as far as, you believe what you believe because you're part of a party or because this is the way you were taught. Try and have an open mind about it so that possibly you can see into it and start to understand it from a different angle, if there is a different angle. It's interesting when you come about something from a state of trying to fix it, you end up with the mess that we're in. And what both parties are trying to do right now is trying to, first of all, fix things that either they have done that went awry, by covering it up, by saying something else, by trying to divert your attention. This is happening all over the place, and either side will say this about either side, which is interesting. Was the votes counted wrongly, or were they not? Well, there's clear evidence that they were, so it's hard to say they weren't. Were the underpinnings of why they were counted wrongly even looked at? Has anybody even looked at this stuff? Why were they counted wrongly to start with? What was going on? I know you have to keep asking questions, and you have to keep this open mind. I think one of the biggest issues that we struggle with as humans is this idea that we have to fix something. And we're always coming at things from the state of trying to fix it. Even from our insides our own selves, we're trying to fix something. What would happen if you stood in the place that you are, and instead of trying to fix what is, you just decided to be a different vibration to it? You decided to be that higher form of you, be in your spirit self. Even with the thing going on, even with the circumstance going on, what you're going to do is you're going to start to soften the resistance to whatever that thing is. And from the micro to the macro, right? So we're doing this inside of ourselves as a single human entity, and then we're watching the whole country do it as a unit. And whether you call yourself the left or the right, the Republican, the Democrat, whatever your association to any of this stuff is, if you have a resistance to the other side, it's going to be a long road to changing anything. And that resistance itself has to be altered. The only way you can alter it is to stand in your now moment. You can recognize the resistance. You almost have to, because it's so in your face. If you're talking from a single human standpoint, from the micro, if it's pain, if it's illness, if it's something that's so in your face that you can't move it, you have to recognize it's there, recognize it as resistance, and then stand in a different vibration to it. It's an easier way, I think, to alter what's going on, instead of forcing something into place or forcing an idea, and even accusations about things. When the truth is exposed about what something is or isn't, the resistance is going to increase before it declines. And especially in the macro of all of this, and especially when we're talking about our election, I'm talking about the double-sidedness of what's going on. If you're listening to both sides, you're hearing direct opposition. it couldn't be more opposite from one side to the other. And both sides yelling that there's lies going on. One side making people think that it's their fault, which is interesting. And you just have to watch literally with an open mind and say, okay, and keep asking what's next. Stay in your higher vibration to stay out of the fear and the anger and the frustration that this is all causing. If you're not looking at both sides, I implore you to open your eyes and open your mind to listen to what the other side is saying. Don't just believe what you're hearing from one organization or from a one-sided viewpoint. It will never get you there. And what it will do as a single human entity is it will start to stop your own energy flow, especially if what you're listening to isn't truth. You're buying into ideas and listening to things that may not have any kind of healing energy or higher vibration to it, which is pretty scary, actually. And that is going on a lot. And so we have to open our minds and open our consciousness, open your curiosity to be able to listen to what the other side is saying, to be able to hear their words and what they're imploring and implying. And it's just interesting when you recognize it that way and you say, okay, and then wait for the evidence. Wait for what it is they're going to bring in to show you. Wait for, and now I am talking about the right and the left in an absolute way. What evidence do they have? What are they trying to show the people? What are they trying to show us? What are they trying to show the world? And can we listen to it in such a way, with such an open mind, if there is a healing energy behind it, that we can actually reach out into that? Because that is the end goal. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my fire. I'm certainly enjoying it. And I hope you're enjoying your morning. And I thank you for listening to this. Please like and subscribe if this helps you. Usually it'll help somebody else too, so if you can share it, that would be awesome. And leave comments below. What do you think? What do you think about what I'm saying? And did it help? Do you want more stuff like this? Let me know.